Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of truth and knowledge, welcome to an experience that will take you on a captivating journey beyond our world. Today we have a special treat for you as we sit down with the renowned Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier. Prepare yourself for a rapid-fire question and answer session that delves into the depths of cosmic wisdom and unveils the mysteries of the universe. As always, please remember to like this video and share it with your friends and family. That way, it gets seen by more truth seekers. Also, remember Alex hosts a live webinar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to visit the link in the description for more information. But for now, here are today's rapid-fire questions and answers.
My question is regarding contactees. Do you know how people are chosen to be contactees? It seems that they range from those who are enlightened, as well as regular folk who might not be.
Well, I can't speak for the other races. Um, for an example, I could not speak for Elena. I could not speak for Vivian Chevet because I don't know their races, their people, their star family. I couldn't speak for Corey Good because I don't know his star family. I can only speak for my star family, and it's obvious they don't just pick enlightened people. It's obvious, because if they're from the future, they would have seen my mistakes, my oops, my breaking wind. They would have seen all that and they wouldn't have chose me. So I think one of the largest criterias is someone connected to their soul group who has previous experience being in a position like this. Maybe not on Earth, but on other planets and other civilizations. Someone who would stand up and share the experience and share it in a way that it is grounded and understandable. To other people. In other words, make it real. We've had a lot of really brilliant people on this planet who talk so far over everyone's head, no one got it. That didn't help anybody. So I think that that's the criteria. And also someone who can take the lumps, take the shots, the smackdowns, and keep getting back up. That's important too. Tenacity, a warrior's mind or warrioress's mind. But I think the largest and most important criteria is an ability to express and to explain in everyday language the experiences that they're having and the teachings to those races that they are a part of at those particular lifetimes. I don't necessarily think the sharpest tool in the shed is always the right one. Because obviously it wouldn't have been me. So I'm sure Elena will address this in her own way. I'm sure Vivian Chevet will do so as well. And so will other contactees. And there are more of you stepping forward every day, which is what it should be, which is what is meant to happen. because they're everyday people just like us who have been having an extraordinary experience but have been afraid to share it because of the ridicule. And now that it's becoming more and more prevalent and more mainstream, they have a lot more confidence in coming out and putting their big toe in the water to share their experiences. And that is also as it should be.
Do you know what race created the projection hall of records that contains the history of Earth that is located under the Sphinx in Romania? I'm currently reading the Transylvania Sunrise book series that describes the amazing technology that was left for us to find. I know the US government and the deep state took control of it. Would love to know any thoughts you had.
Okay. The Emerald tablet basically states in very simple language that Thoth not only hid a spaceship underneath the Sphinx in Egypt, but also the Hall of Records is something that he himself gathered and put there for a future time for humanity. So if this is accurate, and I actually believe that it is, then what we're talking about is the benevolent Anunnaki and the lineage of Enki's side of the family did this so that humanity, when humanity awoken, which they anticipated it would, we would have all the information that we needed. Now, there may be other stashes of records. There may be some down in Antarctica that we don't know about. There may be other stashes in Tibet. There may be some stashes here in North America, because North America is very, very ancient as well. There are 2,000 pyramids in China that they're doing their best to make sure nobody knows anything about. There's probably stashes of records there as well. So there are deposits everywhere around the earth. There may be some in the ocean as well. And when those land masses rise, we will know that they're there. All will be revealed. All will be revealed. Moving forward, humanity will know who we are and what it was all about. Future generations will be able to not only excel, but to jump in consciousness in a way we could only imagine, because they're going to have the benefit of being born into this knowledge where we, those of us who are vintage, we will be getting the information at a time where we would not be able to necessarily take full advantage of the knowledge and the information because of our age. Where these young people, these future generations, will be born into it. And it will benefit all of humanity tremendously. But we're here for the unveiling, which is huge. We will help them ground into the information because of our experience with life and our ability to turn lemonade, to create lemonade out of chicken shit, which they will not know how to do because the system has dumbed them down. So we will be in a position to mentor them from knuckleheads to geniuses. And that's just the way of it. That's just the way of it. Next question, please. Kimberly,
Okay.
you're right. You were right, Kimberly, about hopefully the third strand of DNA will be reactivated. You're right. But that hasn't happened yet to me or anybody else that I know. So until that does, we won't know. So I'm operating from the premise of what is today in the moment.
Though you may have explained this in the past, can you explain why we don't remember our dreams? I've always understood that our dreams come from our subconscious and are occurring to teach us lessons, unless that's not true.
Well, Tammy, that's not my experience. I remember virtually all of my dreams. It's rare I don't dream. It's rare I'm not traveling unless I've been specifically grounded for a really good reason. And I have been grounded on several occasions. You know, because I tend to get myself in trouble because I go where I'm told not to. And that's a whole nother story about my personality. Um, you know, I can't go there. Why not? So I can't share your experience because I don't have that experience. Uh, it could be that, there are some people that for a longest time did not remember what they were doing in their dream state until they were spiritually triggered. And then what they realized is that they were traveling to starships and to other realms of existence where they were being taught and educated and mentored in spiritual practices that they would one day be teaching humanity here at a specific point of awakening. And they now know that. That may be what's happening to you. I do not know. I would like to think that's what's happening. I would like to think that you're a very evolved soul who is just waiting for her time to come. And when it comes, all these memories will come flooding back to you. And you will remember what all the dreams were about, who was in them, and that you would be connecting to those same people here in the physical. I'd like to think that's what's happening to you. Because anybody who can get two questions back to back with this evolved bunch has got some game. And I'm assuming you got some serious game. So it'll be interesting to watch your career from here. And I'm rooting for you.
How would you describe the difference between NESARA and GESARA and universal basic income?
Well, that's going to be the NESARA would be a national program. The GESARA would be a global program. Those programs that were written decades ago, I know for a fact, but I don't know the specifics, that they've been altered because the planet, the ecosystems, the economies, people's consciousness, they're not the same as they were decades ago. So there's been modifications. Now, as far as basic income, That's going to be different in every country, and it's going to look different in every country. But the ultimate goal for that is to make sure no one's homeless, that no one starves. Does that mean people will not have to contribute in one way or another to the whole of the community, a special skill or a service? You probably will still have to do that on some level, but you will not be in a situation where you will be starving and you will be literally homeless, living underneath a park bench or under a street sign or a bridge. That is not what humanity is going to look like going forward, unless someone so chooses to do so. Everything will be needed for them not to have to be in that type of a situation. But if they have a skill, they will have to contribute to the whole. How that looks, we're all going to find out together. Okay? What that amount will be will depend on where you live. I just don't know the specifics because it's changed so much.
Do higher density beings such as fifth and sixth density forget who they were once they take on a new incarnation within their own density? If so, is this why some such as Enki keep apparently cloning themselves so they don't have to start over?
The answer is no. They do not lose their memory. They incarnate knowing who they were. And that's because all the strands of their DNA, based on their physical form, are intact at birth. They're not turned off. Ours were turned off, specifically to entrap us. That's information that will be coming forward, if you don't already know it.
Thank you for all your hard and easy work to share your knowledge. Because I believe they do remember some of our true history, how do the Aboriginal people's oral traditions and knowledge play a role in reinventing humanity and our relationship with Mother Earth?
Well, you'd have to talk to an Aussie about that. But there are Native American indigenous people that also have an oral tradition. And that would be relevant to the history of the United States. The Aborigines, one of the oldest, if not the oldest, their stories go back 35,000 years, 30,000 years, maybe longer. I do not know the oral traditions of the Aborigines people. I don't know everything, guys. I just simply don't. So I could not intelligently answer that question because I don't have any knowledge of the oral history of the Aborigines people. The indigenous people, however, around the world absolutely have something to contribute. And I think it's a shame that they've been ignored for as long as they have. And that's just the arrogance of the Western European mind. They've done the same thing with the Arabic people. There is so much history in Arabic texts that have simply been ignored and passed off as fantasy or fairy tale, when in fact it's actual history. And I've been harping on that for several years now. One day we will come to appreciate all peoples and all history. Because when you put it all together, we get a big picture. We haven't done that because some civilizations have been very arrogant, and they have been controlling and manipulative to the point that we have ignored history and or destroyed history. And we're all going to have to deal with that. We're all going to have to deal with that.
I work in the healthcare industry, a hospital, and I'm desperate to help people who have terrible illnesses. I've had my own UFO experience and I've also been attacked astrally by the dark side. Will the Andromedan Council give us help in the healthcare area as we need it badly?
Well, they're going to do what they can to mentor. There will be other races who will have a lot more direct contact with humanity. They are already in physical contact with Space Force and independent nations. And these groups basically make up what we know to be the Alliance. There will be technology delivered to humanity. Some of it's already coming out, quietly being delivered, that can assist with many ailments. Q-band, Q-belt, quantum health systems is one that I'm aware of. There are others, I am sure, that are maybe operating very, very quietly because they fear the attacks that you're going through. The closer we get to removing the dark side, the sooner and the faster more technologies will come forward. Humanity should never have been treated this way. Who the fuck do these people think they are? That they can decide that the 1%, the 1.5% can just choose to genocide humanity. Who the fuck do these people think they are? Or these beings are? This never, ever should have gone down or gotten even this far, in my opinion. And I'm livid. And heads need to roll, literally, for this. I do not know how to be calm about addressing this topic. I simply don't. We just have to help each other. No matter what it takes, we have to have the compassion to help each other. We may lose loved ones. We already have. This whole end game global cabal dark shit. Whatever it turns out to be, however this finally plays out, we have got to make sure that everything is recorded and that this history is passed down to future generations so it never, ever, ever happens again. And things need to be put in place by we, the people of this planet, Terrans, that the minute anything like this happens again, we snuff it out immediately right away. And we take these pricks out so it never gets to this place again, ever. And I mean that. We remove them from the equation. We ever see psychopaths like this again, ever in power, we have to take them down. In protecting each other, will we remain free? That's how this has to go down, and that's what has to happen going forward. We have got to watch each other's back. Whether you like them or not, we have got to watch each other's back. We can't depend on anything else. Any organization do it. We have to do it. We, each other, have got to watch each other's back.
Please, would you mind sharing about the wonderful vision of the future on Terra?
I want you to imagine where every morning you wake up and you're not in pain. I want you to imagine a morning where you can wake up and your children are joyous, your children are happy, or they're grown and have their own children who are healthy and happy, where there is no shortage of food, no shortage of any type of an abundance. I want you to imagine where you can, at any age, go back to school and learn about science, interplanetary science, interplanetary ecosystems, and you can get on a starship and you can go and explore any planet or any moon in our solar system. I want you to imagine a lifetime, hundreds and hundreds of years old, where you can have the time to not only complete your own personal bucket list, but to explore any relationship that you wanted in the way that you wanted. I want you to also understand that you can learn to play the piano because of your ability to live longer. You can learn to play the guitar, the flute. You can do anything that you always wanted to do with no restrictions on your time, because you're not having to live to survive and survive to live. And all of our answers regarding God, spirituality, the wisdom of the soul, the history of the soul, the legends of the soul, the expansion of the soul are not only shared with us, but we ourselves can experience them ourselves because we know these existences to be ourself. I myself am really looking forward to that, whether it's fourth or fifth density.
There you have it, fellow truth seekers. An enlightening and exhilarating rapid-fire question and answer session with the remarkable Alex Collier, sharing his profound encounters with the benevolent Andromedan extraterrestrial beings. As we continue our cosmic journey, let us embrace the wisdom of the Andromedans and carry their message of love, unity, and compassion with us. Together, we can create a world where humanity stands united, ready to embrace the wonders that await us in the vast expanse of the universe. If you found this rapid-fire question and answer session fascinating, hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more captivating content like this. Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure. Until next time, may the stars guide you on your path of enlightenment and exploration. And remember to always seek knowledge and stay curious. If you want to get the latest information from Alex Collier, we host a live webinar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information and dates of upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org. Please click on one of the above videos to seek more of Alex Collier's knowledge.